Welcome, seekers. You have made it to the Tarot Magicians channel, and today I bring you another pick a card tarot reading. This one is special. For me, it's actually a lot of fun. The question today is, who were you in your past life? I mean, it doesn't get any more fun than that, right? Finding out who you were in your past life, what did you do, what changes did you bring to the world? Were you someone powerful? All of these things are enticing. Were you someone of influence? So let's go ahead and find out today. Now, the process, as you guys probably know with these pick a cards, is very simple. In front of you, you have three groups. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. You also have 3 stones. I want you to take some time and pick one of these 3 groups. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give you some time. Okay, so group 1, your very first Angels and Ancestors Oracle card is the Fire Guardian. Boy, this is a nice card. You know, the Fire Guardian, it represents an angel of fire. And as you know, fire is an energy that many people are afraid of, but shouldn't be. You know, burning desires can lead to great expansion. Now, the Fire Guardian helps awaken wilder sides of yourself. It helps burn away any fear or shame that stands between you and your desires. So right off the bat, I'm getting a sense that you were some kind of a counsel, someone that people came to, someone who people saw, someone who people essentially looked up to get rid of just these negative things in their lives. That's the feeling that I'm getting. Now, let's go ahead and put more cards around this Fire Guardian and get a clearer picture of exactly who were you in your past life. Okay, so group number 1. The energy of the Fire Guardian, it's all over this. You were a counselor. You were a counsel, and you dealt with family issues. So people came to you because they were having family troubles, and you were able to sit back and listen to these people talk to you and offer them advice on how they can find balance in their family life. So let's talk about the cards that tell me this. So immediately I got the 10 of Cups. This is a family atmosphere. As you can see, there's just a beautiful, beautiful scene here. You've got the old generation, the new generation. You know, everyone's happy. There's bliss, right? These are the people that are coming to you. This is what the people want. This is what they were intending to get after seeing you. So a happy family. What you brought them, or what you were trying to bring to them, was just balance. You know, balance in their lives, balance in every area of themselves and their families. And it was challenging. So, you know, you had this you have this 5 of Wands energy here. With when you couple it with the Fire Guardian, boy oh boy, you extinguished a lot of fires, you extinguished a lot of shadows, you revealed a lot of things, you brought them to the light. It's difficult. So I see that you struggled. It was difficult work listening to people. You received a lot of negative attention from men. You know, I do see here a very strong male presence that stood in your way. This King of Wands energy reversed. So I would venture, I'm just going to go ahead and take I see an image of what this can be in my head. And, you know, it's a bit out there, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I feel that you were a woman in your past life, and you were oppressed by men. I think that you were trying to have some kind of a business. Maybe the advice that you were giving wasn't what the patriarchy at the time was wanting. So you were a bit of a rebel in a way. You were giving advice to these families that wasn't good, or that didn't sit well with these male figures, these male energies. These are reversed, right? So I would venture to say that you were a woman, and you were a part of this patriarchy where men kind of ruled the day, and whatever they said goes, and you have to pay your fair share, and I don't like the advice you're giving. So you were very controlled. That's where this energy comes in, this negative energy, putting out fires, right? The Wands, another King of Wands, negative, but you are the Fire Guardian. So there was just this fire, this back and forth between this patriarchy, this this energy to fight against it. Now, of course, the fire guardian comes to us as a male figure, so you could very well be a man, and you could have very well have been a man who just bumped heads with other men in just other areas, could be in the same business venture. But I do feel that you were a woman, and that you tried to bring a lot of stability to this family, to these people, but you got a lot of opposition for doing it. So, think of maybe a psychologist, just, marriage counselor. You played that role back then. Of course, it was of course undefined. It was something new. So you were in many ways one of the people that gave to this field, that expanded it. And with the Hangman, I see that you gave yourself completely to these people. You even put yourself at risk. You put yourself in the line of fire by these wand energies here. But you were able to just surrender completely to it. You loved doing this. You loved giving this advice. You liked helping people. I see complete surrender to the process with the Hangman. You were to these people something rejuvenizing. You were their knight in shining armor. You were the person that they can come to and count on. Just this gallant, beautiful person that when you were present, their family was happy. Everything was okay. So you gave good advice. You brought them balance. It was a very good thing that you were doing for these people, even though you got a lot of opposition for it. I'm going to throw one more card. This is my third tarot deck that I'm going to be using here. This is the Wild Tarot. And I want to throw one more card just to see if we can get some more clarity on the situation. Alright guys, so we have the Knight of Bows, the Fox, and we also have the Seven of Arrows, which is insecurity. So these two cards, they speak a little bit about the challenges that you went through. So you at one point were attacked so much that your business came to an end. And it came to an end because of scrupulous people who were cunning, people who wanted a little bigger piece of the pie. So this King of Wands, this male energy here, they really tried very hard to bring you down in what you were doing. And, it looks like they succeeded. It looks like they succeeded in doing that, and unfortunately they did. But you did offer great value to these people, to these families. You brought them balance, you brought them stability, and you surrendered yourself to the process. So, when you look back at a life, when you look back at someone and their accomplishments, the first thing, in my opinion, that you want to see is, what did they give to society? Did they make someone's life better, or did they just complicate the situation for that person? And I think out of this reading, you made a lot of people's lives, a lot of families' lives better. You gave them the fire that they were needing, the light that they were needing to shine that darkness, to show the shadows so that they can cast them out. You were that bright light. You were that fire guardian in their lives. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And that is what I see here, guys. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I will be putting out new content. Also, if you can give me please a like if you like the video, that helps. I do my own private readings. The link to my website is down below in the description. Thank you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, group 2, your very first ancestors card is, wow, look at this, the shape shifter. That's a very powerful card. It's essentially the shapeshifter. It's a shaman who has the capacity to transform into an animal, to go journeying. This shaman, when you essentially shift into an animal, what it does is that it takes you different spirit realms so that you can discover, you can expand your territory and see further. You'll be able to see the shadows and see all of the darkness that people are going through. A shaman has the ability to communicate with dark spirits. It has the ability to communicate with spirits of light. So a shaman is a teacher. A shaman is many things. And honestly, that is the very first impression I'm getting here. Shaman, very spiritual person. And let's go ahead and throw more cards around this one to see exactly what the cards tell us. So very nice here so far, guys. Okay, guys. So, boy, oh boy, this is a very nice reading. So, the idea that you were some kind of spiritual figure that people came to for guidance is just jumping out of this reading. So, we have the star energy. This is one of my favorite cards, especially with this deck, because this deck has the Virgin Mary as representing the star, and I think that is just marvelous. So, you were a person who people came to for some kind of respite, just someone who they can unload their shadows, someone who they can unload all of their insecurities and issues and exhaustions on. And what you try to do as a shaman, you try to not only help them spiritually, but you also help them unlock areas of their life so that they can move forward through whatever blockage and exhaustion they were going through. Now, I do see that you had a certain type of clientele, a lot of young people, a lot of young men and women. So I don't see any older people. You dealt mostly with young people, very young, from what I see here. These are young people who didn't have no direction in life. They just don't know what they want. Young people essentially. Sometimes we don't know what we want in life. We don't exactly understand what's best for us. I've come across a lot of friends and a lot of people who they're in college for such a long time because they don't know really what they want to do, and they're still discovering themselves. And this has even gone on into their late 20s, right? It's happened with me. I'm 30 years old now, and it was difficult to find out exactly what made me happy, what I was able to just give of myself, and how can I be of service to this world and help and inspire and motivate, and just have that know that when I go to sleep, I know that I made someone's life better. So from what I see here, you took great pride, you took great pleasure in helping people, just through these spiritual blocks. I see here that you represented something very important to these people in their lives. You represented the wheel. Now this is reversed. So what you did was you offered people, excuse me, you helped people get through a cycle in their lives. So you help these young people move from maybe immaturity to more of adulthood. You help them spiritually reach higher levels of understanding, higher levels of consciousness. So you really help these people in this area. You were their guide. You provided a service that very few people did. And it's something very beautiful because they saw in you someone who they can come to and say and just tell anything to. As you can see here with the Ten of Wands, this man, what does he want to do? He wants to climb these stairs, and he wants to unload every single one of those wands on whatever he can unload them on, because he doesn't want to carry that weight anymore. So this is what these young people did. They came, they unloaded their problems, and you fixed them. You were a shaman. You fought for them. You fought spiritual battles for them. So they sought your counsel. They sought your spiritual intelligence, your ability to be able to cast out demons and shadows. And I see that you brought them a lot of happiness. You brought them prosperity. You helped them in their next cycle. You helped them move forward into what is next. Now, I want to throw one more card from my third tarot deck, just to get a more clearer understanding of, essentially what the accomplishment was. What was it that you did? What was your greatest accomplishment? We have the Green Woman, and we have the Three of Arrows, Jealousy. So these cards, this is from my third tarot deck, the Wildwood. Now, what I'm getting from these two cards is that you were, in essence, you were someone who was considered a witch. or you could have been a magician, or whatever, if you're a man or woman, but you were someone who was considered to essentially go against the curve. So perhaps there was a strong church presence, and the methods that you were using to unblock these shadows to help people move forward, they weren't very, I guess what you can say, very Christian like or very church like. I say Christian because, Christianity is just so big. But in a sense, it could have been any other kind of religion. But you were just butting heads with this religious, with their philosophy. So I do see a bit of rebellion here with just the way that you carried yourself, the way that you helped these people. And the beautiful thing is that even though you were a rebel, even though you went against this philosophy that they had going on at this time, this religious philosophy, whatever it may be, you did garner a lot of jealousy. You did get a lot of hate for it. There was some controversy, but yet, people saw that value in you. They saw that value, and even in a biblical sense, you will know the tree by the fruits that it bears, right? And you bared an incredible amount of fruit, so much fruit that a lot of young people were able to eat from that fruit. So your work was great, and that's why you have here the green woman. That's why you have the jealousy card here at the end. So what you did was truly wonderful, and I'm happy I was able to do this reading for you guys. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. That is all I see. If you liked it, please subscribe. I will be putting out more new content. Please give me a thumbs up. That helps me a lot, guys. A like. And also, I do my own private readings. The link is down below. If you guys want to do that, I do my private readings. Thank you once again, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, group 3. The very first card that we have for you guys is Autumn. Release the old and rest. The message with this oracle card is release all of the pressure and expectation weighing you down. Shed it all so that you can recover before moving into a time of renewal. So, that's interesting. Let's go ahead and throw more cards around this one and see exactly if we can answer the question, who were you in your past life? Okay, group 3. This one is an interesting reading. This one is interesting because there's some powerful cards here. We start off with Autumn, and then we have the World. So this is the completion of a cycle. This is, for me, the beginning of a cycle. So what I'm seeing here is that you were a person who in a way was able to move or help people move to some kind of new space, new reality. You were in charge of that. You decided over families. So I guess you in a way what you did was you listened to people's stories and then you made a decision. So more of a judge. You really changed people's lives in this way. I do see that you went through a lot of heartbreak, so you saw a lot of pain, you saw a lot of just torment. You heard a lot of stories from people. You were front and center. You decided on what happened to these people. And now I do also see that you, in a way, were in charge of a lot of things. You were in charge of a lot of money, responsibilities. So what I want to do is I want to throw 2 more cards to get a clearer understanding of who you were in your past life. Okay, guys, now this makes a lot of sense. All right, just needed some more cards. So the Woodward, 9 of Vessels, generosity, and what I'm getting here is that you were a person with money. So obviously we have the generosity card here, right? So we have the 9 of Vessels that stands for generosity. You gave a lot of things to people. You made people's lives. You helped a lot of families. So I see a philanthropist here. I see someone who was very successful. Maybe you were second generation rich. You just had money. You had money. You had stability. And what that money did was essentially it just brought you a lot of time to observe the things around you. It brought you a lot of time to be able to dedicate on yourself, on other people. I see heartbreak, and the reason I saw that heartbreak, it wasn't that you went through that heartbreak, is that you hate to see people going through this, right? You don't like to see people, or didn't like to see people suffering. So what you try to do with your money is you try to build a foundation for them so that they can stand on. So you came into these families' lives, and you tried to be something more. Really, the main issue of this time that you lived in was money. So the best thing that you could have done for these families was help them with money. And you did. You provided the foundation that they needed. So you gave them everything, literally. You were everything to these people. You completed their lives. They had their children, they had their wives, they had their husbands, but they didn't have money, they didn't have resources, but you did. And you helped them. You did the right thing. And that is something that, boy, oh boy, you got to take your hat off. Not everyone does this, right? Not everyone is willing to give of themselves to just put a smile on someone else's face. But you did. You were the type of person to take that step. I do see that you were the ultimate, I would say, conquistador of challenges. We have the Five of Swords here, representative of challenges, representative of other people maybe trying to reach a certain level with you as far as competition, but you always rose to the challenge and won. I do see here that you were someone of great, just someone who just exudes victory. You're not the type of person to experience a loss, or you weren't the type of person to experience any kind of defeat. You were successful in any venture that you set forth, which is evident by the world. Anything that you brought out, if you had an idea that morning, you can count on you. Anyone can count on you to get it done, which is probably why you had all this money. Doesn't have to be second generation. I do see a hardworking person here, someone that just crafted themselves, who recreated what it is that they were doing, and they were able to just bring about great value, great change, transformation to their maybe their town or society, and you use that for good, which is, boy, oh boy, that's exactly what you want to hear. You used it for good. You did the right thing. That's wonderful. And a lot of people depended on you. So, you were a very powerful person. And, I do see that you, from the Princess of Cups, you helped a lot of women. I'm not 100% sure if this is you. I'm getting the sense that this is someone who you helped a lot. I see that you helped a lot of young women, a lot of young people. This card is representative of young people. I think that you saw a lot of value in the young, and what you did was that you maybe set up, different programs for them. Maybe you build some kind of a temple or a place where they can come and just, congregate, maybe be happy there. So you were the foundation builder. Anything good that happened around, you had a say in it. So you were a person of great influence in that area, and a lot of people looked up to you because of that. And well, that is what I see here, guys. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe. I do my own private readings as well. The link is down below in my description. Also, give me a like if you liked this video. Thank you guys again for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.